So now you have a whole new industry about to
You need
grow
that.
from that. Yeah, you do. Because social use is important. Why, you don't want people to be in a closet medicating.
Yeah.
You know, well, you want these people, you want to know their, and you don't know what these people's
But
situation.
it's a business network. Hypothetically, you're a grower, I'm a grower, and we just want to network. That's what I was saying. But I mean, I think the everybody out there, all of our cannabis community and all of our fans at Roundtable, shout out to our audience. They understand where we're going when we say that, look, there needs to be a network when we talk recreational use. There needs to be communication because the law enforcement, DEA clearly wants to keep us separated. They're trying to say CBD oil is bad. It's a Schedule I narcotic.
I mean, I think the DEA and Trump clearly want to fight. I mean, that's the only thing I can see is. You don't think so?
No, I don't. And this might be one of those few times where I have to look at the Republican platform and say, well, maybe they're rebuilding a little bit because Trump did step up to the Supreme Court. I'm not out to shout out our president-elect, but at the same time, he did approach the Supreme Court and say, or the justices and say, look, we should just legalize marijuana and put that issue behind us. Yeah, I know that's not how it works, but I respect his push. But look at what happened afterwards. You know, Ohio started to, their municipalities started just decriminalizing on the low. And then with Texas, all these little bills starting to pop up here and there. You know what I mean? And so, look, maybe that's just the progressive step that we have to take. That no, we don't need the federal government to do what we need to do in terms of legalizing or decriminalizing the product. We just need to be smart enough to, figure out how to regulate it
and govern it ourselves.
Exactly.
And take the responsibility back to the people. That's what you're saying. We can create a program here on a local level where it's responsible use and also build and stimulate our economy as a people. And I think that's a good idea. I think that's a grand idea as a people. We have, like you said, first of all, we need to go all the way back and address the issue. Because once you start thinking about decriminalizing and legalization, you have to think about what are you going to do with the incarceration rate for people with all these nonviolent crimes that are
all of a sudden the prisons are just going to open up.
Yeah, you're going to open doors. So you have to create a program for these people to go into. So with this new industry, you have a working class of people you can reintroduce into society and reprogram into coming back into the system, just like they need to do for our veterans. Because I believe they need to do a bigger program for you guys, not being a veteran, but respecting what you guys do. They need
I agree.
A reintroduction program after you've been deployed and who knows what some of the situations you have been put in. To come back home and deal with a wife, a family, kids, and all that other stuff.
They talk about
some kind of reintroduction program to reprogram you to society again.
They talk about with agriculture that gardening is therapeutic. I've heard so many veterans. Shout out to the veterans that have talked about
lawn care is therapeutic.
Using gardening and just handling like
mowing the lawn.
Just handling just like flowers and whatnot. Like that's therapeutic.
Butane blast.
I mean, I personally don't do it, but I think that yes, integrating that 420 perspective into the occupational therapy market to teach people that look, you can tend to a garden of flowers, whether they be marijuana or hemp flowers or something.
So I think really that's where part of the problem lies. Once you start thinking about decriminalizing legalization, you have to think about what to do with just about 2 million people, almost at least about 1 million people, because you have to figure out at least if they've done some other crime, you have to at least lessen the sentence at some point. Because if you're in there for marijuana, it's a fully legal program. Like Colorado just reported $1 billion in 10 months. How can someone sit in jail when a state is grossing over $1 billion? Your economy is booming. Why would that be criminalized? We need those people out of jail. Those are working and people that can contribute to the economy.
And we also talked about it earlier, Casey and I, just about how you could put marijuana and hemp or cannabis in general into the penal system. You could put the criminals in the marijuana fields, in the hemp field. Ex-cons say, "Oh, we come out of jail. There's no jobs." It's like with the cannabis community. I mean, you already have the experience of picking. If you have cannabis involved in the penal system, you already have the experience of gardening from picking the crops. I mean, if you're a person that is a businessman, oh, okay, well, I'll open up a small shop, or I'll start my own business of gardening, and you know what I mean. Like there's entrepreneurial skills, and I wanted to also get into that on recreational use. That and it's also a question that I want to ask the roundtable audience. Isn't it time we start teaching our kids entrepreneurial skills?
Yes, definitely.
Students, college students.
I don't know about y'all. In high school, it was cool to learn a couple books, and it was cool to do in a couple different classes, learn some physics, learn some government, learn some history, learn some